Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Another video here for you. Something I saw this headline on Twitter, but I didn't actually realize how far he takes it. And so Variety actually provided a better headline. Matthew Vaughn details failed Superman trilogy pitch, says Star Wars has gone wrong and he'd reboot Luke Skywalker. Everyone will go bat shit crazy. Okay. I don't understand how you're going to do that, but okay. Kingsman and X-Men First Class director Matthew Vaughn appeared on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast and was surprisingly open when asked about his relationship to a handful of major Hollywood franchises, from James Bond to Star Wars and the DC Universe. As a whole, he said the major Hollywood studios have been suffering from prioritizing their wallets. The studios, it's like any artistic form. The music business, movies, fashion, and financing and commerce has taken over the creative. That always means eventually for short-term gains you do well, but long-term you kill everything, and that's what happened now. Film, music, art, commerce took over, and now the pendulum is starting to swing back. Creativity should always be the driving force of any decision, and then you think about how to make money out of it afterwards. If you try to make money up front, you'll kill some great franchises. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what's happened. For Vaughn, Star Wars franchise is one that has gone in the wrong direction. When asked if it would be tough to turn down an offer to direct a Star Wars movie, he said, "No, not so much. For me, doing a Star Wars movie is to play with the characters I love. If they said to me they'd reboot Star Wars and actually have Luke Skywalker, Solo, and Vader and do your version of it, everyone would say you're an idiot to try, but that would excite me." Like, what is with these guys? Like, who do you think you are, bud? That you want to redo those guys' stories? What? You want to redo Vader? Like, I want to redo Vader and do my vision of it. And this is the problem, is ever since George has sold, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon of, oh, they know how to do Star Wars. I know how to do it better. Let's do this. Vaughn noted that characters such as James Bond and various superheroes are often rebooted with different characters. Why are the Star Wars characters so hollowed from that 1977 that you can't redo it for a new audience? What? It's not... James Bond is like... Each James Bond movie is a movie unto itself. Like, you don't need... And you could walk in and see any James Bond movie. They're all individual stories. It's almost like they're almost like really long TV episodes. You wouldn't have to see the first James Bond movie to watch GoldenEye, right? They're totally separate. You can just keep pumping them out. They're all individual stories. There's no sequels really because they're all just individual stories. You can't do that with Star Wars. The original Star Wars trilogy is a trilogy. Like, you can't just make up some new random thing. It doesn't work that way. Star Wars is the Skywalker family, and that's where I think they've gone wrong. They've forgot. They've done brilliantly in TV. Oh, man, this guy. So he's kissing butt now, trying to get... They have not done... But it needs an epic new film. That's what I would do. I.e. reboot Luke. Everyone is going to go batshit crazy, but let's bring it on. If you want a new generation, make the movie for them. The old generation, hopefully you make it well enough that they enjoy it. Wait, hold on. When they made the prequels, okay, so they made the prequels a generation later. They didn't need to remake Luke. They made new movies for that generation. Now, they're flawed and all that, but they weren't like, well, because it's a new generation, we have to reboot Luke. So it's like this guy like petitioning to remake the OT, and like this is his big interview where he's like, "Hey Disney, I know you kind of want to," because they probably do. They probably do want to. Hey, I'll do it. I'm telling you right now, if they rebooted the OT, it will be a complete disaster. A complete disaster. With what they've done so far, if they were to have the gall to actually remake it, it will flop like a fish out of water. It'll be absolutely terrible for them to do. But it sounds like this is what he's doing. He's petitioning to do that. If you want a new generation, make the movie for them. My kids like the original trilogy. Like, they love it. Even in Lego Star Wars, their favorite episodes are the original trilogy. They love the Jabba stuff, and they love, like, what is this guy talking about? As for the DC universe, the director said he has been in touch with new studio heads James Gunn and Peter Safran, but no project is currently on the table. Vaughn did confirm that before the previous DC universe launched with Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, he pitched Warner Brothers on a Superman film trilogy alongside comic book writer Mark Miller. Mark and I sat down and plotted out a 3-film trilogy, pitched it to Warner Brothers before Man of Steel. We pitched how to do a trilogy of Superman movies, and Warner said they weren't interested. That's as far as it went. So they weren't interested in your original thing, And now you're saying you want to take the original Star Wars and twist it into your thing? And people are supposed to be like, woo, yeah, let's do that. These people are like so out of touch. They don't have any like self-reflection or self-awareness. Like, what are you saying, dude? Vaughn said his Superman trilogy would have harkened back to the tone of Richard Donner's 1978 Superman and included such villains as Lex Luthor, Zod, and Brainiac. Why? We already have the 1978 Superman. Why? We don't need to do the same thing again. I think Donner nailed it, Vaughn said. Wonder Woman worked very well because it was basically a Donner Superman film, but reimagined as Wonder Woman. I would have done a modern version of Donner. Our big idea was that Krypton doesn't blow up. It does eventually. The dad was right, but he got his timing wrong when Superman has grown up. Suddenly there's a mass exodus and all hell breaks loose. That was our main idea. Gunn is now reinventing Superman for the big screen of Superman Legacy, but Vaughn still has one suggestion. His Kingsman star, Taron Egerton, would make a fine Lex Luthor. Rumors of Egerton circling the role of Wolverine pop up on social media, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. So, I've got more of a chance at being cast as Bond than directing Bond, Vaughn says. Now, about directing a Bond movie, ask them. They're not keen on me. Kingsman is very Bond. Everything I do is Kingsman. I would have done in Bond. Oh, so Kingsman, you just basically... Oh, man, I don't even understand this guy, man. Up next for Vaughn is a star-studded Argyle. Apple Pictures watch... See, like, this is the weirdest thing. Like, everything I do in Kingsman, I would have done in Bond. So he's basically dumb. So again, going back to my previous point, he's trying to equate Bond to like Star Wars or even to Superman, a trilogy. It doesn't work that way because again, James Bond are all individual stories. Great, you made your Kingsman, and they're pretty good, I guess. I saw the first one; it was all right. I liked it, but that one you could take it out and still have the next Kingsman, right? Like you don't have to necessarily see the origin of the Bond character. But didn't go and say that we're going to need to remake the Star Wars OT, redo it for the modern audience. I hate to break it to you, dude. The modern audiences like the OT. They really do. They like it more than the prequels and the sequels. Even kids. It's the new stuff that sucks. So why would anyone in their right mind allow anyone to mess with the only thing that is still selling toy-wise, is still popular, is still the best, like Star Wars? Why would anyone let anyone, whether it's Matthew Vaughn or, Jar Jar Binks, remake the OTs? You guys let me know in the comment section. Some of these interviews with these guys, man, and like everyone's trying to get in on Star Wars, and it's like maybe it's because they see that Disney's just like throwing projects at at the wall and like what's gonna stick, and like they're constantly announcing stuff, and even though they're canceling half of it, they're constantly announcing stuff. Maybe that's what it is. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Would you think this guy could remake the OT and make it good? Do you? Do you think that's what we need now? Is an OT remake? Because that would be pretty dumb. And as usual, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, check out my other content, and thanks for listening. Have a good day.